Hey guys, before I begin, just want to say I'll be streaming every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 PM GMT, so do join me to chat and have fun, and I'll be more than happy to talk about almost anything, doesn't really have to be games related. And yeah, most importantly, do remember to like and subscribe if you like my contents. Hey guys, what's up? So today marks the first week of POE New League 3.17 Siege of the Atlas, and in this video I will be bringing you the current state of the meta for week 1. So I will be using POE Ninja as a reference, and I will be only going through the top 5 classes and builds used for those classes. So what I will do is in every single class I will go through briefly what uniques they use, skills they use, and how does the build actually works. Okay, so these are the top classes that we have over here. Necromancer will be the first, Elementalist second, Occultist third, Pathfinder is on 4th, and then Saboteur is on 5th. So you can see that all 3 witch classes is dominating this league. Okay, we shall just go through the Necromancer first. So for Necromancer, it is clearly straightforward that Summon Skeletons is the very clear winner over here. It's 77% and 74%. Okay, I know these numbers are not really accurate, but it just shows that almost the whole entire Necromancer community is just playing Summon Skeletons. I myself is also playing it, and it's just too broken. It's too easy and too broken. Even on low budget build, I can clear Maven, which is something that you don't see really often, like in a low budget build, to be able to clear one of the endgame bosses. Alright, so the most common notable uniques that they use is Dead Reckoning to summon the skeleton mages, and then Flesh Crafter, so that while minions have energy shield, their hits ignore monster elemental resistance. This one will mean their damage, each of the skeleton damage will hit the maximum damage for spell, okay, ignoring the elemental resistance, such as, like, you know, Cyrus and Shaper Guardians. They all have a huge amount of elemental resistance, and this body armor just completely ignore them. Okay, it doesn't matter whether this is energy shield or life based, you just want this because it's too broken for the skeleton mages. Okay, and next will be Alberon's Warpath. This is just for the +1 to number of skeletons, and the additional nice thing over here will be the Chaos Resistance plus Strength. Right. 4th will be Rumi's Concoction. They use this mainly so that they can hit the cap for block chance, for attack and spell damage. Okay, so for spell damage, it's not really a lot, but it contributes quite a significant amount to reach the cap at 75% block. Okay, then next will be Fortress Covenant. This is just for more damage on your minions and more block as well. Okay, so next one is this. This is the new amulet called Ashes of the Star, and I think it's really good. Okay, it might actually go up in price or it might stabilize. I'm not sure, because I think the market has quite a number of them now, and people are just trying to see if this Ashes of Star or getting the +1 skeleton amulet would be better. So I've actually did the maths, and I can tell you that Ashes of Star is much better than having a +1 skeleton amulet, because of the +1 level to all skill gems, and not only that, you have the quality of all skill gems. So let me explain. Okay, for Ashes of Star, the quality of all skill gems doesn't mean this is applied to every skill gem in your links. Okay, so all skill gems means active skill gems only. They do not refer to support gems. So okay, I'm just going to click any one of the build. Hi Pyron Kimchi, just using you as an example. So let's say I have this summon skeleton here, right? It is going to get the additional quality from Ashes of the Star, but Pierce support will not get it because it is a support gem. It is not an active skill gem, right? So you need to take note of this. But all in all, it's still very good because it affects all of your auras as well, your marks, Zealotry, Animate Guardian, Determination, what is that? The other one is yes, Bone Offering. Okay, it's not here. He doesn't use it. Bone Offering, Summon Skitter Bots, and stuff like that. So yes, it affects every active skill gems other than support gems. Alright, and the next one will be Quickening Covenant, just for more minion cast speed and suppress damage. And this one is here onwards is more or less quite optional already. So yes, this is for the Necromancer. The others are just too low in population. Like they either just play for a short while or they use it to transit into summon skeletons. Okay, that's how much how crazy this Necromancer meta is this league. Okay, next will be the Elementalists. So for Elementalists, it's also one skill only. Majority of them are using explosive arrows. So what explosive arrows does is I can't see here. Let me just take. Okay, I'm trying to point to the skill gem. Okay, so what explosive arrow does is it will shoot an arrow that will actually explode. I think it's 3 seconds later, right? I'm not sure because I didn't play the build. Yeah, okay, so what it actually does is it sticks onto the enemy and then it will explode, and this does damage with hits and ailments. So both hits and ailments will actually apply to the enemy, and it stacks. Okay, it stacks at 20 explosive arrows. So when you are fighting bosses, right, these explosive arrows can stack and deal the maximum amount of damage with hits and ailments. And when I say ailments, it means burn damage, right? So you can see most of them are just playing all the burn support skill gems like burning damage, ignite, proliferation, daily ailments, and they combine this with Ballista Totem so that you can get the stacks on the bosses or the enemies really very fast. Alright, with the Ballista Totem, I think you can put, I can't remember how many you can put. I think you can put 7 or 6. Yeah, somewhere around there, which actually means every 3 hits, right, you're going to get the maximum 20 stacks, and that's why it's really good, but it just has this small amount of delay. So if you don't really like the delay, then you can go for some other build. Yeah. Okay, so these are the notable units that they use. The most common one is Guardian Dawn. This is actually used for the last line of modifier, where ignites, you inflict attack deals damage 35 to 42% faster. Alright, and you also get the nice little attack damage leech as life, and this also can be considered as a belt with life and fire cold resist. Like you don't see belts, unique belts with this kind of modifier a lot, where you have life and double resist, and as well as good modifiers that help contribute to your build. Right, it also has this strength on top, which is very nice. This is like bread and butter for the build. It's a no-brainer to use because the build is lacking in strength as well. Okay, and next will be Rain of Splinters. This will allow the totems to fire 2 additional projectiles. Okay, so let's say if I have 5 totem. Okay, example, if I have 5 totem, every totem is going to shoot 3 projectile, right? So that will mean at one instance I'm going to shoot 15 explosive arrows already. That is nearly the maximum number of stacks you can get, 15 out of 20. Okay, and that's why this is must as well. And this is the new ring that was introduced this week. This league is called Polaris Devastation. What it actually does, it gives double resistance, elemental damage, and it gives duration of ailments on enemies. Okay, this is really good because it allows the burning damage to linger on the boss longer. Alright, and next will be Unnatural Instinct. This is for the one of the small little passive, I think, if I'm not wrong, sorry. Yeah, I think if I'm not wrong, it is somewhere here. Okay, I'm not sure where is it. But yeah, it's definitely used in one of the jewel sockets to take all the notables that is really good. Right, next will be Aziri's stat for the suppress spell damage. And he has a high amount of movement speed and life. Okay, and then we are seeing Ashes of Star again. This thing is just too good. I think if possible, if your build allows it, no matter what, this amulet is just too broken in my own opinion, because it gives really good quality to every single one of your skill gems. And can you imagine your main skill gems that scales with quality, and those alternate skill gems like your Anomalous, Divergent, they all have 40% plus quality to it. Right, some of the quality are really quite insane, and this helps to boost it even more, like double the quality. Alright, so this is for the Elementalist explosive arrows. There is really nothing much left below other than some art. Frenzy, I don't know what is this Frenzy. I think the Frenzy is explosive arrow as well. Yeah, but I might be wrong. I didn't actually went to check it. Yep, it's for explosive arrows as well. Yeah, I didn't play the build, so I'm not really sure. I didn't check out the build either. Okay, so that's it for explosive arrows. Okay, next up will be Occultist. So it is I would say the builds for Occultist is actually much healthier because it has more options to what the players are playing. So okay, we shall look at the first one first. So the most popular is Vortex. You can see Vortex is still being the same old Vortex as last league. People are using Chevron's Wrapping, Chayula, Prism Guardian to go for the low life, and all of this just to deal the dot damage with all the damage over time auras. Okay, I'm just gonna take anybody's build. Okay, example, yes. So this is actually how it works. It has lots of aura with the cold snap. I think this is the main Vortex aura. Vortex skill, sorry. So yeah, you have the aura such as Determination, Hatred, Malevolence, and then Discipline, Temper Shield just for the extra block. The build works really well, okay? The build works really well, especially against bosses, because you can just leave your Vortex over there, your Cold Snap in one single spot where the boss is, and you just run around to dodge all of his mechanics, while the cold damage over time just slowly chips off the boss life. It's a really easy, straightforward build to run, and I think most people are running it first so that they can transit into cast on crit Ice Spear or Ice Nova later on. Okay, so this is majority of the Vortex. Next will be Poisonous Concoction. Okay, I don't remember seeing this being played on Occultist last league, but yeah, here we have. So the most commonly used item will be Carcass Jack. So Carcass Jack gives you area of effect and area damage, and Poisonous Concoction is actually a AoE skill. Right, I'm just going to clicking anyone. Wow, this guy has Mage Blood already. Okay, awesome. Yes, it's over here. You can see it has a AoE tag, and the area of damage, area damage also affect this, and 50% is actually really a lot. Right, the rest is really very just simple life plus resistance. I think there are some additional damage over time ailments, and yes, they use this ring, which is the Lolite ring, for the increased chaos damage on your Poisonous Concoction. And yeah, it's just very simple, rare items with life and resist, and some with more damage over time modifiers. I can see, yes, over here you have the amulet, the Hunter's Amulet with more chaos damage over time multiplier and level of all chaos skill gem. Okay, they use this as well. Yeah, it's really good, easy, and straightforward. Okay, this build, I have seen it. It can actually bring you up to end game as well. It's good for leg starts. Okay, next will be Cyclone. I assume this Cyclone is the... Okay, this is not the Ice Spear one, but yes, you can see that there is some Ice Spear, there is some Forbidden Rite, there is Shockwave as well, there is a lot of different ones, but I'm assuming that most of them is actually running cast on crit. Okay, so this is the Chaos damage one, definitely. Why is it the Chaos damage? Because of this boots here. Replicas, Alberon's Warpath. It adds 1 to 80 Chaos damage to attacks per 80 strength. Okay, so this is a strength. This is actually a strength stacking occultist. You can see their strength, look, 2,903. Right, so every 80, this is gonna give you like 1 to 80 Chaos damage times about, okay, I will say times about 3.5 times. No, not 3.5 times. 35 times. Because if you divide 2,900, you get about 35 divided by 80. Yeah, it's around there. Okay, estimate it's around there. And it's just so simple because you have Hypothermia, Pulverize for more damage, Void Manipulation because of Chaos damage from your Alberon's Warpath, and then critical damage and shockwave for all of the increased melee damage. Okay, I am not sure how this build actually works. I did not play it, but yes, they are using this replica Frostbath also because of the chaos damage can chill, and that is why it works well with Hypothermia, right? You just have more damage over time and more damage on hit. Wait, where is it? Yeah, here. Alright, and then it's just good old Cyclone but with strength, in a strength stacking style. Okay, I'm not sure why this Red Blade banner is used. Okay, urgent orders. Oh, they use better mage cry. Yeah, I did not really explore this build, so I'm not sure why they actually use all of these items. But there you go. If you are using the shockwave, those items are actually mandatory. Like you can see that all this is just nearly 100%. Iron Fortress, Split Personality, Brawn, Replica, Alberon's Warpath. This is expensive, okay? Efficient Training to transform whatever passive that you have, like let's say Dex and Intelligence into Strength. And then you have this also because you have the increased armor and regenerate 2% of life per second with at least 400 strength. You definitely have that, and you have plus 100 strength. Really good. Plus this replica Frostbath so that your chaos damage can chill and you'll be dealing double damage to chill enemies. Okay, so that's it for the shockwave. I think Ice Spear is slowly rising up again. I am not sure why they are using they are still using Occultist. I think that there's something different. Okay, so there's something different about this build, this league. It is still strong. It actually got buffed because Ice Spear damage got increased by about 150%. That is really a lot, right? But the significant change to this build, right, I would say is actually towards wait, where is it? Wait, what? So why did this guy use Vortex for? Okay, so you can see this guy has the ring curse enemies with frostbite on hit, and that is all. Yeah, that is all. Oh, they have the assassin mark and they use a mark on hit now. Right, okay, so they use mark on hit now. The reason why they have to use assassin's mark here, right, is because the ring modifier that allows to trigger assassin mark on hit is gone. Right, they have actually removed it this late, and there's no way you can apply trigger marks, those hacks from the rings. Right, so they have to use another source of curse, because Occultist, the strong part about Occultist is allowing you to use an additional curse. Okay, so I don't know how does this mark on hit works. Trigger supporter skill when you hit a rare. Oh, when you hit. Okay, when you hit. Yeah, so this works as well. I think as long as you hit it, it will trigger assassin mark. Okay, so really good over here as well. I assume most of them is actually doing it this way. Yep, correct. Mark on hit and just Assassin's Mark. So that as long as you are hitting the enemy, you are definitely going to trigger Assassin's Mark. Okay, but it is only rare or unique enemy, mind you. It is the same as the... It's still exactly the same as the ring. Just that you have to use the skill gems now, and you have to use 2 of them. Okay. So yes, that's it for Cyclone. Okay, the next one will be Bain. I think Bain is still awesome. I did not play it, but I have seen Gezi TV builds, and it's actually not bad. There's just a lot. It works similar. I would say it actually works similarly to Vortex. So, you know, where you just put down and allow the chaos damage over time to deal the damage while you just walk around and dodge all the mechanics. Okay, so it's the same. It's similar to Vortex, and the majority of them are still using Crown of the Inward Eye for the extra damage, and yes, and then Cane of Unraveling. This is something different. This is only used in Bain because of the chaos damage over time multiplier, and this actually applies for a lot for the Bain spell, right? Because it scales with power charge, and Occultist has power charge. Okay, so yes, that's it for Occultist. Okay, next up on 4th we have the Pathfinder, and just majority of the population is just playing Poisonous Concoction again because it's really too good. Okay, so we can just see the unique notables. Devouring Diadem is the most popular ones, and some of you might be wondering why they use this. So the whole reason for this is the socketed gems have 25% increased reservation efficiency, so that they can run one more aura, I think. And with the trigger level 15 Feast of Flesh every 5 seconds, you are going to have more than enough mana to use your skills. You will never run out of mana. So this also comes with Eldritch Battery. So for those of you, if you do not know what is Eldritch Battery, right? Let me just do a quick one. I'm going to show you what is Eldritch Battery. So this is what is Eldritch Battery. You spend energy shield before mana for skill mana cost, which means whatever ES that you have, you're going to use it first, and then once your ES runs out, then you will use mana. So most of the time you have about 300 ES, and that's more than enough to actually spam the skill. Alright, but in return, right, energy shield actually protects mana instead of life. So yes, this is how it will be shown in your character. You can see the ES is actually covering the mana instead of the life. Right, so there will be nothing to protect our life, but there is nothing to worry about because this is not actually an ES build. The small amount of ES is just to allow you to use more skills. Okay, and yes, that's it for the Devouring Diadem. So the next one will be Rumi's Concoction, the unique, and Snake Bite is popular. Okay, so it gives you more damage over time for poison per frenzy charge, because in this build you're gonna have lots of frenzy charge. This actually has quite a good amount of damage. I think about at least 30%. Yeah, probably at least 30% more damage multiplier for poison. Alright, and the next one will be this, which is the Circle of Nostalgia. You have more chaos damage. Okay, so most of them are just going for the increased chaos damage while affected by Herald Agony, and Herald Agony has 40 to 60% increased buff effect. Right, so the next item will be Cherubim's Maleficents. Just more chaos damage and life. This is just a very simple, straightforward body armor, and the rest are actually just quite optional. Okay, next will be like Taste of Hate. It goes well with Rumi's Concoction so that you have a lot of defensive layers. Watcher's Eye, and then you can see Ashes of Stars is here again. It's being used in a lot of builds now, right? This is really popular and good. So yeah, that's it for the Pathfinder Poisonous Concoction. Right. Okay, maybe before I end that, I'll just go into any one of the... Okay, this is bad because he's holding a dagger. Okay, hi Flatcha Ranger. Okay, I'm just going to show you, this is actually how the build works. You can see Poisonous Concoction, they are linking it with multiple projectiles and volley. Just a lot of flasks coming out and throwing at the enemy. Alright, and then you have the spell totem with Wither, Herald Agony, and yes, you see the Devouring Daedom like I said earlier. You're gonna put a lot of, or much more auras than what you usually have. So for this guy, he actually uses Purity of Elements, Determination, and Grace. Your double defensive aura and one Elemental Ailments immune aura with the Elemental Resistance. And then you have your usual guard skills. For this is Molten Shell, Blood Rage for your Frenzy, and yes, your Plague Barrier and your Barrier and your Withering Step for movement skill. So it's a very straightforward build. Just walk, dash, throw your flask, and carry on. You have a very nice poison damage over time as well, and this allows you to dodge boss mechanics really very easily because you can just throw a few Poisonous Concoction and then run around. Okay, last will be Saboteur. So Saboteur is just Seismic Trap and Exsanguinate. It's the same as last league. There was nothing being changed to Saboteur being like which skills is used the most. This is just both of them combined together. It's really good. Okay, and so for the unique notables, Cold Iron Point, this is like a must. Alright, I'm not sure if they still use two of them together. I will just check. Maybe, wow, there's so many level 100 already. Okay, I'll just check this Korean guy once. Okay, he is not using Cold Iron Point. Somebody else Cold Iron Point. Okay, yeah, so they are still using double Cold Iron Point. It's just too good because +3 to level of all physical spell skill gems. Right, this applies to both Exsanguinate and Seismic Trap because they are physical and they are spell. Wait, where's Exsanguinate? Okay, it's here. Yeah, it's here as well. So instantly, just by using these two, your traps are going to be minimum level 26 already. Alright, you can just foresee that the damage is insane on the level 26 gem. Okay, and the next unique notable will be Aziri Step. For the movement speed, life, and suppress spell damage. Watcher's Eye as usual, and some of them might be using Deer Stalker just for that. Supported by level 11 traps, faster trap throwing speed and stuff. And some of them are actually using the Devouring Diadem. I think it's a little bit quite popular this league because you can just reserve more skills and you have a +1 to Socketed skill gems as well. And if you are lacking in attribute, right, this helmet can actually provide the attribute to your build. So it can be it will be a double attribute, so either strength or dex or intelligence, or strength and intelligence. Yeah, and other than that, some of them might be using Tinker Skin for your traps. And the rest is really just optional. I see Ashes of Star as well, but not really many people are using it for this build. Yeah, so okay, that's it for this. Is again a very simple, straightforward build. You just throw your trap, trigger it, allow it to trigger it immediately when the enemy steps over it, and it just clears really fast. So Exsanguinate more for clearing, I think, and then you can just spam your traps, put it in one spot against bosses, so when the boss comes out, it instantly dies because it will trigger all the traps on that particular spot. I'm not sure how many traps you can stack in one spot, but I do know you can stack a lot of them. Like I've seen videos of the traps just instantly one-shotting all the bosses. Like even some of the endgame bosses, like maybe Shaper, when the first phase come out, the Shaper just instantly dies and then goes into phase 2. Right, it's really crazy how much single target damage this build can dish out. Okay, so that's it for the top 5 meta classes and builds. I have actually listed out and compiled all of them over here on this page. So if you want to have a better view of them, here it is. You can see that every class, right, 80% of the class just have one skill towards it only, and it's really not healthy or flexible in my own opinion, other than Occultist being having different variations such as Vortex, Poisonous, Concoction, and your Cyclone has many variations as well. Your Forbidden Rite, the very common Ice Spear and Shockwave, yes. So yeah, other than that, what I can say is this, in this league, the builds, or more or less I should say the skills that are being used in this league is actually quite boring. Yeah, you can see there's only 3 skills being used. Mainly, like for Necromancer it's just skeletons, and then Elementalists you have explosive arrows, and the rest is just Poisonous, Concoction, if not it's the good old trap Saboteur that is very popular at League Start because it just melts bosses very fast. Right, but it starts to fall off later on. Okay, if there's anything you would like to comment, feel free to write in the comment section below, or you can also hop over to my Discord channel hideout and let me know. It's basically a chat channel for casual players to mingle around or ask any questions. Okay guys, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!